Hello everyone and welcome back to my coloring corner. Today is Saturday and it's been a crazy day. My internet went down during my live stream. That has never happened before. Well, it's happened once before and it always sucks. Yes, Alex, I am glad it is back and running as well. Hello, Alex. Hello, Christina. And hello to everyone that is lurking. Thank you all very much for visiting and coming back. Let's see if we can actually get something done today. So as you all know, we're working on the 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell, and this is hug number 79. Let me check. Yes. Thank you. And after we're done our hug, we will be working on the buddy color with Poet Spice. I have a buddy color with her working on this beautiful lady out of this wonderful book. It's called Costume Party. And of course, you can locate that at www.70eastbooks.com. Ooh, Chinese food. I want some. Oh, I need Chinese food. Chinese food is good. My stomach doesn't like Chinese food, but stomach can suffer for a day. Chinese food is good. So we will be working on her as well. And we are going to be working, of course, with the woodless colored pencils. Um, Unfortunately, I cannot tell you where to get them because they are no longer available on Amazon. So we will be working on this one here. Hey, Atlanta! Welcome, welcome. Ooh, loaded fries and pastrami. You guys are all making me hungry. We can have leftover Chinese food for lunch tomorrow, Alex. Okay, so when the internet went down, I was in the middle of coloring his jacket. I didn't realize the internet was completely down until I finished coloring his jacket. So his jacket is all done. I'll switch on over to the close-up screen here. There we go. And we're going to color his trousers. And we're going to do that with some ochre. Yeah, junk food. I have sugar-free junk food. So hopefully you guys can see the color going down. I'm using ochre, which is a fairly light medium red-brown. Because I want his trousers to be brown. I thought about doing them blue jeans, but I did his hoodie blue, so I didn't want to do too much blue. Yeah, exactly. It always depends on that, doesn't it? Alright, sorry about earlier. Um, we've had as Alex can attest to, we've had some heavy wind and heavy rains, and I think it got into my internet. It's either that or else the internet guy has teenagers and has decided that the kids in the neighborhood have been on the internet too much and should take a Saturday off. But unfortunately, out here we only have two providers of internet, and only one is got a high enough speed to actually be able to stream properly. So Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Definitely corduroy type pants and you know. Hi Marie, thank you for joining us. Uh, it has been okay. I'm not complaining. It is no complain November and I'm not complaining, just stating facts. I'm just happy that it's back on. I was going to just leave it and then I thought, no, I want to finish my hug. I thought about doing it as a video, but then I wouldn't get to chat with you guys. And that's my favorite part of it, is getting to hang out with you guys. Hi, Lisa. No, absolutely not my fault. I did not do anything to the internet. The internet did it to me. It's all good. So I'm just going in with the dark brown now and putting in the shadow lines of the pants. This is one skinny teenager. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna spit out the things I've been thinking about before the internet decides to go down again, just in case. I'm worried about it now. It's only been back up for about an hour or so. It frightens me that it might go back down, especially with that heavy rain that we just finished having. It was pounding on the windows. It was horrible. It's about 3 o'clock. It's like maybe 2. But I am going to be announcing, so you guys will be the first to know. I will be announcing a special year-long project for next year that hopefully we can get done. So stay tuned for that. It involves big prizes, and it also involves a little bit of work. So we'll see. Basically, by the end of next year, by this time next year, if not later, at the end of the year, I would like the channel to be up to 5,000 subscribers. And I have decided that I will be, of course, having a giveaway for the 5,000 subscriber point. And that giveaway is going to be huge. All the funds that I am able to make during this Christmas with the swatch books and the Christmas uh, pencil holder will be going towards, all the profits from that will be going towards that prize. So it'll be a big one. Yeah, it's been rainy here too. So not anything majorly coloring wise, but if you have friends and family that enjoy coloring, if we get to that 5,000 subscribers by the end of next year, um, we'll be giving away a very, very expensive large prize. Okay, so I think his trousers. Oh, I missed the folds in the bottom of his trousers. This is trouser 2. Did I lose y'all again? But that's what I'd like for the channel, is to get lots and lots of wonderful people in here to say hello. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's fine too, but that's what I'd like to happen. Okay. Now we're going to give him some dark blue socks here. And then we're going to add some gray to his shoes. Ah. Okay. Hi, AMS. Welcome, welcome. So did you go out to Salem, or do you have somewhere in Albany that you like to go, Alex? And we're going to take our black. And then our white. Ah, okay. Yeah, I go to that Blue Willow out in Salem. Oh, awesome, Aspie. Hi. And hello, granddaughter. Excuse me. All right. Oh, goodness. I'm tickling my throat again. All right. So now we're going to do this boy, and I'm going to do him um, with a little bit of a yellow tone in his skin. Um, he looks very Italian to me, so I'm going to give him a darker tan color. And then we're going to add that purple to his hairline and his shadow areas. Aw, he's so sweet. And then we're going to take our skin tone. Oh, goodness. Well, hopefully it's you, not me. Only because, typically it would be me. Now, there was a lot of dark ink on this area, so it's not liking the pencils at all. Hopefully his face looks really gray, doesn't it? It's really dark and it's not supposed to be that dark. I'm going to take an eraser to that. I don't like it. Try not to completely remove all of the lines, but let's try that again, because I did not like that at all. He looked like really gray. Okay, so let's put in our hairline area, and this shadow, and this shadow, and this shadow. And then we're just going to add the skin tone. Now the paper's decided that it does not like me, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Alright, and then we're going to do the same for his hands. And we're just going to use the skin tone because of the amount of black that the artist has already put in there. And we need a little bit of this blue between his fingers there. Hello, Blue. Salut. Yeah, hopefully the rain stops. We've needed it all summer, and now that it's here, we're all sitting there going, I really don't want the rain anymore. But that's normal. Need a sip of my coffee. All right, now I'm going to do his jacket in yellow and red. So I'm going to start here in the center area, and we're going to do this area red. And quite literally, the name of the pencil is red. So I'm just putting down a light layer to start. So then we want this area here to be red. 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 Oh, and there's the other boy's hand. Take that yellow brown, fill in his fingers. There we go. Then we're going to take deep wine, which is a very dark red brown. Seven and a half, that's the fun age. All right. So I'm just going through and putting in the shadow lines now for the red. All right. Yeah, it was one of my favorite things to do when I was about that age. Reading and coloring. All right, now we're going to go back in with the red. And blend that together. Ignore the sounds behind me. The family is up and about. Now we're going to add some yellow. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yvonne, go to bed. And hello, and thank you for joining me. But go to bed. You're going to get in so much trouble, girl. Now we're going to go in with some ginger, which is a dark yellow with a touch of orange in it, just to give it those shadows. And of course I will put this on the other camera so you can actually see the colors a little bit better when it's all done, because it's not showing color very well. And then we're going to take our dark brown and we're going to put it up here in his hair. For its highlights. And then we're going to take our black yellow. Okay. And then we're going to take our dark blue. Hey there, Tammy. Good day, good day, good day, my friend. My internet came back on, and I thought, ooh, I might get to watch the last bit of Tammy's stream. And I logged in, and Tammy had just turned and just gone off stream. So I missed you by like 2 minutes, but I will watch it back. My internet service provider said, nope, no streaming this morning. And I'm just deciding that he's wearing very dark blue jeans, so. I didn't want him to have black pants. Yeah, I was sitting here and went to turn off something, and of course I couldn't turn it off. And it's like, wait a minute, why can't I turn this off? Because you're not online anymore. All right, and then we're going to take the red, and we're going to do the stripe on his shoe. And we're going to give him, let's give him some gray socks. And then we're going to take the white. And the black. You woke up early, Tammy. But that's normal for you. So when it came back on, I really wanted to do the hug, so I wanted to get it done at least. And we're going to take that yellow, do that part of his shirt, and a little bit of red for his cuff here. Okay. And then we're going to take our black. Hi, Daniela. Welcome, welcome. take a little bit of dark blue, because this reminds me of those floors in the school. And maybe a touch of brown. It's a dirty school floor. And there we have our hug. Babysitting duties. We have our hug, but let's see if we know what we did with our pen. Let's see if we can actually put November on it this time. All right, so this is November. I have been putting October on them for 4 out of the 8 days. Oh, thank you. And this is hug number 79. Hi, Joanna. Welcome. All right, so I'm going to switch you over to the main camera so you can see the hug. And there we have our hug up close. And that is hug number 79. Ooh, scrambled egg. Scrambled eggs. And now we are going to work on this lovely lady. And I'm going to switch you back over to the close-up. And I might actually turn off that because it's white paper and it's kind of glary. Maybe. We'll be okay, I think. So as you can see, I've got the red done on her dress, and the red on her dress is these 3 colors. So I've got red, bright red, and deep wine. And those are the colors on her dress. Yes, that is a lot of hugs. It's 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell. It's not a coloring book, and it's Tammy's fault. um, Tammy told me about Hug-A-Day September, and I misunderstood what she was saying. And when I got the book, I started my hugs because I thought they had already started. So I ended up coloring throughout half of August and into Hug-A-Day September. And when I started coloring in August early, I decided that I was going to color all 100 hugs when it was. It is always your fault. No, it's not. These are a woodless color pencil, and I believe that they're called Bellamy, but they are no longer available on Amazon. So if you look at my Collection Mania Monday, there's some information in there that tells you the name of the pencils and where I found them, and the fact that they're no longer available. So if you're able to find them, the name of the pencils themselves, hold on one second. Keep on getting this tickle in my throat, and I think I'm coming down with something. I don't want it. It can go away now. Um, it it's always a good fault, absolutely. It is an adorable book. The basically what happened is I jumped ahead, um, and messed up their hashtag. So I am coloring all 100. And in actuality, mine is going to be 101 because this is not counted in the 100. So it's all Angie's fault. Ah, I see. This is not actually counted in the 100 hugs. So by the time I'm done, I will have colored 101 hugs. So yeah, and we're on hug number 79. So the colors in her dress in the red, like I said, are the red, bright red, and deep wine. So it's a red, a dark red, and a burgundy kind of color. And in her shoulder, in her collar, it is light yellow, pearl white, and a little tiny bit of ginger, I think. Yeah, yeah, and a little bit of ginger. So it's a medium yellow that leans toward the orange side, pearl white and light yellow, and then of course white going over the entire rest of it. I don't mind anyway. I don't care whose fault it was because I love the little book. I think it's awesome. And I am very appreciative of Tammy and Angie and um, Ashley for inviting me to join them in this Hug-A-Day September. And again, I apologize for jumping ahead. All right, so now we're going to go up into this area up here, and there's a lot of embellishments and jewels and gems up in this area. So we're going to have to sharpen up our pencil, make it nice and sharp. With these being a woodless pencil, there is no wood, so it is 100% core, except for a paper wrap that goes around the pencil. So even if you let it go very dull, you're still not going to have to worry about that wood interfering with your pencil. These were gifted to me last year at about Christmas time from our random act of kindness that I have in my Facebook group. So I'm just putting in this dark yellow. The reason why I'm putting it in first is because I'm going to blend it out with the white. And you guys can't see that at all. There. Is that a little bit better? I don't know why it's so dark in here. I have all the lights on and it's still dark in here. Maybe I'll... Hi, Melissa. Lurk away, dear. I'm going to adjust this so that you guys can see it a little bit better because it's bugging me. All right. Hopefully that's a little better. All right, and then then we're going to take our light yellow Oh no, it's perfectly fine, Marie. Not too worried about going into this area because I'm going to be using some gel pen on that area. Trying not to get into the gemstones because I'm going to be doing those red. Oh, I'm sorry. And then I'm just going to go over it with white, blend it together. And what it does is it tones down that bright yellow a little bit. Even though it's a lighter yellow, it's still brighter than my lightest yellow that I have on there. Trying not to get into those gemstones. Alright, now we're going to continue on this side as well. With the ginger. Oh, the rain's back. Hopefully my internet will stay. So I'm gently going around her hair. She's going to be a blonde, so I don't want to make things around her hair too light, because I don't want her hair to blend into it. Alright. Now, pretty sure that's all hair. Trying to make sure I get the hair and yeah, I'm pretty sure the rest of it's hair. And then I'm going in with that light yellow and blending that out a little. I don't do a lot of watercolor, so I wouldn't be able to answer that one. I don't have an area of expertise. I am just winging it on everything here. Yeah, I just throw color on the page and hope it works out most of the time. So I'm just going through and getting that darker color down in those shadow areas, in the creases and the folds of the dress collar here. And then once this is finished, we'll start on the skin tones. Yeah, I'm not very proficient, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. I'm not very good at watercolor. I dabble in it and I play with it, but I have no idea um, really anything technical about it. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I do too, Lisa. I put it on the page and see what happens. I I know that Rhea does a little bit of watercoloring. Um, I think Karen does too. That's all hair there. Goodbye, Marie. Thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yeah, I think with paint, it's one of those things where you just have to test it out and see which way, which direction works best. Um, just trying to think who I just saw. I've just watched a video recently of somebody doing a skin tone with watercolor, and I can't remember who it was. And I'm pretty sure that she put down she built from light to dark. So she put down her light colors first and then her darker colors on top of them and blended them together with a bit of water. I don't know about acrylic, but so I'm just adding that light yellow. Maybe it was Lindsay. I don't know. I can't remember who it was. So I'm going over it with white now and dulling down that yellow because I want it to look like it's reflecting the gold a little bit, but I don't want it to look too yellow. Excuse the train, it's being very loud. I'm just blending everything out with this white. All right. Okay. So I think that side's a little bit more yellow than this side, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of that light yellow to this side as well. Don't want it to be uneven. Just going to go in. Do the areas where her hair is shadowing. My goodness, it is raining really hard. Hope the internet stays on. My goodness. Glad I checked the windows on the car and make sure they were rolled up. Just blending that all out with the white. All right. Thank you all very much for helping Atlanta with that. I appreciate it because I have no clue. Just I've watched a couple of different streams doing watercolor and I don't remember who it was. They seem to all mesh together sometimes. All right, let's start on her skin tone. So we're going to start off with pearl white as our base. And then we'll put in some shadows. And I am nowhere even close to perfect with skin tones, so I apologize if this doesn't work out. I know how I want her to look. If she turns out that way, bonus. Because with it being a line art, it's a little bit more difficult for me to do skin tones on line art because I never know where to put shadows and stuff. that's going to bug me. I'm going to take my black pen here. Her eye wasn't connected. Alright. That's going to bug me too. Don't know why they made her hair see-through there. Very strange. And then down her neck here as well. And hopefully we'll get her face done today. Poet is doing hers in marker, so she's probably already done. Good night, Aspie. Have fun, and I hope that you color lots of pretty things. Alright, then we're going to take the light slate red. And we're going to put in our shadows. And I'm doing it darker up under the hairline and closer to the beads and just lightening it as I move it out. Hi there, Davissa. No problem at all. You are not late. I am. My internet decided to go out this morning, so I ended up having to wait until it came back on so that I could stream. 15 minutes into my stream and it went poof, gone. So I'm just going through and getting those shadows in there. Some I'm doing darker than others and further in, and some I'm leaving close to the shadow area. I'm not extending it out at all. Oh, absolutely not a problem at all. I knew that you were lurking. You told me you were going to be lurking. It was not fun, but it happens. Then we're going to go under her chin, and we're going to bring this down into her neck area. Like I said, I am definitely not a master at skin tones. Basically, I have it in my brain on what I want it to look like, and I hope by the end of it it looks like that. Yes. Hopefully I'm not knocking anybody else's stream off, but that's the great thing is if people aren't here because they're somewhere else, they can watch it later. I at least got my hug done. I'm happy. Now I'm going to go into her eyelid area as well, and I'm going to bring that up just a little bit so I can blend it in. Same with this side here. I'm going to go into that eye area and just bring it in. You don't think I am what? I'm just going to do the... Now, she has no definition to her nose, and I don't like that, but I don't know how to fix it, so I'm just going to do this. And hopefully... Oh, yeah. The only one that was supposed to be on was Sarah, and I think she's taking a break right now. She had some um, deaths in the family, so I think she's currently taking a break. I'm hoping. Alright, and then we're just going to put a little bit under her eye here. You would think I'd watched enough of Tammy's streams to be able to fix the nose, but I just can't do it. I watch and I watch and I watch and I sit in awe of those that can create the look of an actual nose there. Alright, now we're going to go in with a light, actually we're going to go in with skin and extend those shadows. And I'm going right over top of the shadow area that I've already put in, and I'm just bringing it out into the open space a little bit. I'm not completely covering the larger open spaces. The smaller ones I am, but the larger ones I'm not. Oh, that is cute. Once again, just going over those shadow areas with the darker tone. Yeah, it's a PlayStation throwback, that's for sure. Not that I play a lot of PlayStation games, but me too. I'm terrible at coloring noses, especially if the artist hasn't put the definition in for me. I watch Belinda and Tammy and Shannon and everybody else put the noses in, and it's like, I don't know how to do that. How did you do that? And until I attempt it or actually practice, because we all know practice makes perfect, I probably won't get it 100% until then, but I gotta practice a little more, I think. Until then, this little girl is gonna look like she has half a nose. Thank you. Now I'm going in with the light skin tone, and that's what it's called, is light skin. This set is very basic in its naming choices, which is awesome. And I'm just taking this and blending those shadows in together. So how was everybody's day? Hopefully you all got things accomplished. I got the laundry done and tapped my foot waiting for the internet. Made brunch. Yes, absolutely, Alex. They definitely deserved it. I apologize if you can hear the child screeching. He's playing video games, and 19-year-olds, when they play video games, are very loud. Nice. Awesome. That will be fantastic. So now I'm just going to go back over it with that base coat color in the light areas. Just lighten them up just a touch. Blending the dark areas with it and lightening up some of those lighter areas just a little bit. Getting everything all cohesive. All right. And it was an awesome family present, that's for sure. Now we're going to take our bright red and we're going to do her lips. She has little tiny lips. So I'm just doing the shadow dark areas of her lips with this bright red, which is a dark red. Why they call it bright red, I don't know. And then we're going to go over that with red. And then we're going to take a little tiny bit of gray and put the shadow on her teeth and her eyes. And then we'll take the white. Of course, I gotta sharpen them because, little tiny spaces need little tiny sharp pencil tips. There we go. Just gonna put in a couple of highlights here. And there we have her face. Now we're going to start on her eyes. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a little bit of gray up here, down there. And then we're going to take some dark blue and we're going to sharpen it because I need a tighter point than that. Thank you. really been going. Got a little tiny bit longer to go. And the internet stayed on the whole time. Ah, yay. Okay. And then we're going to take blue. Just putting little spots of it. And then we're going to take this light blue. And then we're going to take the white. And dull it down just a touch there. Then we need our black. Just going to do her eyelids and her eyelashes there. Alright, and then we're going to take the white and do the whites of her eyes. Blending that gray down a little bit. Putting in those highlights around her eye there. Alright, and there's her face. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. And then we've got trying to think of something else to do that isn't going to take a long time because we've only got about a half an hour left. And it's already late for a lot of you. So let's do her collar, and then we will be, I think, calling it a day. So I'm going to start on the center area here with the dark wine or deep wine, which is a really dark burgundy red. The reason why I'm putting it down first is because I want that darker, that lighter reds to blend into it and blend it out a little bit. Alright, then we're going to take our bright red. We're just going to go right over top of that burgundy color. And we're going to extend that out a little tiny bit. And then we're going to take our red And we're just going to blend that all together with it. Like so. Still gives that dark color, but it doesn't look like the bit of brown that's in it. All right. Here we have that. Now we're going to do her lace on her collar here. And this part of the lace I'm going to do white, and this part of the lace I'm going to do gold. So this part of the lace and this part of the collar is going to be gold as well. So this part of the lace I'm going to add that gray for that shadow. Because this part of the lace is going to be white. So anywhere there's going to be a little bit of a shadow, I'm adding that gray. And then we're going to go in here with the white, and we're just going to blend it all down. Now the gray that's in here is a little bit dark, so adding a little bit of that white first and then just going in with a little bit more gray and extending that darker gray down a little bit works really well. Yes, there's deep wine and there's wine, and the wine is a little bit lighter, has more red in it than brown. It's a very, very nice color. Alright, and then the same over here. Blending that out with the white. Alright, and up in here as well. It was so cute. And Poet asked, and I responded, and she sent me the pictures that she had chosen to pick from. And they were all gorgeous, gorgeous pictures with so much detail. It's like, oh, I'm afraid of most of those. But this one I might be able to handle. And I said, it might take me a while. And she says, you know I'm going to be using markers, so. Which is cool because she is fantastic with markers. One day, one day I'll be able to do that. Maybe. Alright, so we're going to start on the top part here. And the areas up in here. So we're going to add a little bit of ginger. And if it's not dark enough, we'll change it. We'll add a different color. But those shadow areas, we're going to add that ginger. And then we're going to add the metallic gold. ginger work just fine. Like that. Alright, now for the rest of these areas, I'm going to go through with the shadow skin tones. Try to put in a little bit of skin tone showing through that lace. Little holes in the lace. I think I got them all. And then once again we're going to take a little bit darker of a color, so we're going to take the light earth yellow. We're going to extend that shadow out there. There we go. And then we're going to add the gold very lightly. And then we're going to take that bright red again. And we're going to fill in those little flowers that are there. So many little tiny details. Alright. Then we're going to take that white again. And we're just going to blend that in a little. There we go. Just darkening up that gold a little bit more. Making sure I get it into all the areas that it should be. And there we have the top part of her. Hi, Ronnie. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Now we're going to do the same thing for the bottom here. We're going to put in the skin tones that are going to show through that lace. And here. A little bit easier on this one. The little spots aren't as tiny. They're still pretty small, but they're not as tiny. Alright. Then we've got our shadow area. You know, just that little crease where it comes together. And our gold. I wish this metallic gold was a little bit more metallic, but under certain light it's really shiny. But most of the time it's just golden yellow color, which is fine because I like that golden yellow color. So 'tis what I wanted. Alright, and then we're going to take our bright red and we're going to do our little flowers. Like that. Alright. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. Yeah, it's this one. Deep wine. Alright, let's take a look at it on the main camera here so you guys can see a little bit more of what we have done. So I've got her chest to do, which we could probably fit in. I can finish off her chest area here. Well, her upper respiratory area. And then we will call it a day, I think. We're just going to finish this area here. And yeah. So far, so good. Have another sip of coffee. Switch you back over to the close-up here. Alright, so I'm going to take the light slate red again, and we're going to do the shadow areas. Oh, no, actually, before I do that, I gotta do this first. I'm going to take the pearl white first. I gotta do the light tone first, and then I'll put the shadows in. Almost messed myself up. I would have been able to work with it, but it wouldn't have looked the same as her face, which kinda wouldn't work so well with you know, it all being her skin. Because she's royalty and their skin has to be flawless. I think it's in the royal decree. So how this girl got into royalty, I don't know. Because her face is all splotchy. Alright. Little bits, little bits. Don't color over the little bits. Not that it'll matter a whole lot because I'm going to be using It was my internet. Well, the first part was a YouTube issue. The second part was my internet completely went down. And the reason why I know it was an internet issue is because when I first started this stream, I had to shut it down and restart it. YouTube was not verifying my channel, so I had to restart OSB. Internet or the YouTube was not recognizing the OSB um, stream deck, so it was an OSB in YouTube said nope type of thing. Yeah, my earlier stream was interesting. First nobody could hear me or see me for about 6 minutes, and I talked to myself. And then get that straightened out, and about 6 minutes later, all my internet decides to go down. But that's okay. We're back now, and we're almost all done, and we've accomplished quite a bit. So I think it's been a good day. Yeah, it's just weird. But, it's like the guy said to my husband on the phone, "Welcome to the internet." That was my service provider's response to the fact that, our internet goes down at least once a month. Well, welcome to the internet. Thanks, dude. Okay, I'm going to turn you here so I can get into those small areas without covering them. Not that it's going to be a big deal because I'm going to use gel pen on that necklace area there to make it sparkle. But I just want to get that shadow in there, but I don't want it to be too deep. Where it doesn't have to be. Aw, thank you, Alex. That's sweet. All right. So just going through. Once again, it's light slate red that I'm using, if I didn't say, which is basically a pale lavender or a grayed lavender kind of color. Yeah, exactly, Ronnie. It's one heck of a costume, that's for sure. I love dresses like this. I wish I could fit into them. And that's the best way. Oh, I bet. Yeah. I bet you that was hot. The amount of fabric that goes into these dresses, and most of the royal dresses were really heavy fabric too, like very, very heavy fabrics. All right. Sorry if I go quiet. I'm just trying to get into these little tiny areas without completely messing them up. Not too worried about it because, like I said, I'm going to be going over this necklace with gel pens. So all of those will be done up and shiny. So not too concerned about getting too much on them, but I don't want to get those lines too deep or too far apart and, all that sort of stuff. Seeing all those little tiny lines is see these ones here, I'm just going to go around and hopefully go around them and not completely go over top of them. If I go over top of them, that's not a big deal. It's just sometimes when you have a gel pen and you use a wax pencil, the gel pen gets all clogged up with the wax. So I try not to go over an area I'm going to use gel pen on. But sometimes you just got to go with it, especially with little tiny beads like this. If it clogs up the gel pen too much, I'll just use the stickles. I'll use some liquid pearl on it. That'll look nice. Yeah, exactly. The corsets would kill me. I wore a corset in high school for a drama class. And oh my God, I thought I was going to die. So I'm going in with the skin tone now, which is the darker skin tone, and just extending that shadow out. Yeah, corsets. Yeah, and I was a teenager and I couldn't take it. It was like, oh my God. Nowadays, I would die. But I also don't have all the handmaidens to get it on me either. They used to be brutal. They used to stand on you and do everything they could to get those laces done up. Well, yeah, no wonder why they had fainting couches everywhere. They were constantly unable to breathe and everything else because of the tightness of their corsets. I know when I was doing that play in high school, I had to wear it for like something like 4.5 hours, and I felt like I was going to pass out. Can imagine what somebody would feel like having to wear it for the entire day. No, 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 not for me. I'll wear my jammies, thanks. But it did make their waists really tiny and their breasts really large. Yep. Yeah, they definitely had some good cleavage going though. All right. So still putting in the extension of the shadows, bringing them out into the open spaces. Hi there, Catherine. Welcome, welcome. All right. Just lightening up my touch now, bringing that skin tone down into that open space. We'll blend that in with the light skin tone here in just a second. All right, now we're going to take light skin tone, and we're just going to blend that all together now. Extend all of that out into the light areas. like so. And then we're going to take that. Hi, Precious. Oh, I'm sorry you don't feel well. What's your noob question, Crashes? We're all noobs here, so we'll try to answer it. So now I'm just blending with that pearl white. That I started out with. Just finished coloring a medieval scene with lots of details, and all my lines have that waxy film over them. Um, I would go over them with an eraser and just pick up a bit of that wax. You don't have to go over them with more wax, because if you're having some wax bloom, sometimes just going over it with a blender pencil will erase that or remove it. Or sometimes just going over your lines with a light erasing will pick up that wax as well. Black fine liner may not work if he's got a big wax buildup on there. It may just sit on top of the wax and then wipe off whenever and smear on the page, if that makes sense. What I would suggest is, especially if you have some wax bloom going on, is just take a eraser or a blender pencil. Alright, so I think we have her pretty much figured out here. So let's switch you back over to the main camera so you can see her all done up there. Yeah, if you do it with a fine liner, you will probably pick up that wax and cause some issues. I don't know what eraser you have. The best one for that is this one here. It's called a Mono Zero. It's a very, very, very thin eraser. It's a hand eraser. Hi, Ashley. But yeah, use the Mono Zero because it's really thin, so you'll be able to get onto just the line. If you do find that you're going too far over the line, another thing I would suggest is a pencil eraser. This one is a Nione, but you can also get this one here, which is a Faber-Castell. So these three things here I would suggest above a regular eraser. Yeah, you can definitely rub it off with a tissue, or if you have Another thing that you could use that I don't know if it would cause any damage to, because it's kind of meant for that, if I can find it, is one of these, which is a water-based colored pencil blender pen. And it's a felt tip pen that's clear, and you just use it to wipe off that edge as well. So those are the four things I would definitely suggest. If you don't have a mono zero, use a eraser pencil. If you don't have an eraser pencil, use a water-based or some sort of colored pencil blender to pick it up. Sometimes you can get away with a kneaded eraser too, because you can bend that and straighten it into a really fine point so that you can get into really detailed areas. Hopefully that is helpful. All right, guys, so I have hit the 2-hour mark. I know it is very late for a lot of you, and I thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me. I am so sorry about this morning's internet outage and crash, because, yeah, it was a bummer. No problem at all, Ronnie. If you try it again and it works this time, then great. Absolutely no problem whatsoever, Crashes. That's what we're here for, to help each other out. So this is my picture, the start of my picture for a buddy color with Poet Spice. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me, Lisa. I appreciate it. But this is from the wonderful book called Costume Party. And I did purchase this at 70 East Books. The link is in the, oh no, I didn't post it. It was in the other one. Oops. It's just www.70eastbooks.com. If you want to purchase the book, you can also purchase it on Etsy. And, of course, we did a hug. So we have a buddy hug. So we have a couple of buddies just giving each other a little bit of love. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate that. So there's our buddy hug as well. And I will take a picture of it and, of course, post it on Instagram. All right, guys. Thank you all very much for joining me and for hanging out with me and rejoining me and hanging out with me again. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And of course, next weekend, for all of you that are members, next Saturday evening, I will be doing our member live chat as well. So hopefully you're all up for that. Until then, thank you all very much for watching, for hanging out. Of course, remember, absolutely most important of all is to remember to relax, color, and always stay safe. Love you all. Bye-bye for now.